We will be discussing the American Life, The Problem We All Live With podcast. In part 1, Mariah is attending Normandy, one of the most impoverished and worst school districts in St. Louis. It is mostly black, and it does not meet state standards. Mariah's mother is trying to find a new school district to send her daughter to when a transfer law kicks in, and she is able to attend Francis Howell, an all-white school. Now, when they attend this meeting about the transfer of schools, the parents' reactions are horrifying. They will bring violence. They'll ruin test scores. We're all going to leave. Now, this really hurts Mariah's idea of what this new school will bring. She's now scared and extremely nervous about the reactions of all the students. Now, when she goes, she transfers and adjusts well, and she becomes an honors student. Now, part 2 differs because Normandy changes from an unaccredited school to a non-accredited school district called Normandy School Collaborative. Now, the teachers aren't qualified, the classes aren't structured, and education is worse than ever. The school officials actually apologize for the level of education. But they still don't want to integrate, which is the only thing that works. Luckily, they try to force students back, but after a year at Francis Howell, Mariah is able to stay. Now, children stuck in Normandy get the non-accredited education, which is the worst in the country, whereas the transfer students to Francis Howell flourish and the test scores in the district don't drop and there's no increase in violence like the parents had feared. Now, fellow educators in my line of work need to understand the need for all students to have an appropriate education and that we should all be supporting integration of students to enhance opportunities. We as educators need to fight for proper education for all children. This topic goes way beyond education because it shows how segregated we still are as a country. We need to give all children rights and opportunities no matter race or income level. Racism is horrifying and still alive today, as we can see from the parents' reactions to integration of school districts. We need to set a better example for our children. Now, I chose my school district that I graduated from in McDonald, Ohio, for my research. I found that enrollment by race is 367 whites, 2 Indian, 2 black, 14 Hispanic, and 9 of 2 or more races. There are 203 males and 193 females. These stats are based on 2016-17 school year. I don't find this surprising because of enrollment being closed and McDonald Village being a small, mostly white suburban area. However, I do believe that we should integrate schools whenever possible, and I don't think that it should be a closed situation. I think that we should all have an equal opportunity to an appropriate education, and it's the law, so I feel that we should be following it to the T. Now, I really felt very emotional watching this video, or listening to this podcast, and I'm very disappointed in our education system. And I hope that in the future there's something more we can do about it.